This podcast is supported by Music Theater of Wenatchee, celebrating 64 years of bringing stories to life. From show-stopping musicals to powerful plays, the Music Theater of Wenatchee stage is where stories come alive. Now they are writing the next chapter, and you can help make it happen. To support the next act of community theater in Wenatchee, visit annex.mtow.org and donate today.
Opening night club.
We're not opening a nightclub.
It's the opening night club. We can't wait to watch an opening night show, because on opening night we always go with our opening night club. Opening night club.
Welcome to the Opening Night Club podcast. This is the podcast we get together every week to discuss and celebrate local theater here in Central Washington. I am your host, Kevin McKee, and with me today is a special guest. It is director and vocal coach and actor and my brother, Kurt McKee. How you doing, Kurt?
Hello. Wonderful. It's great to be in the studio tonight.
It is awesome to have you back in town. You have grown up here in Central Washington, and you've taught here. You were at Leavenworth for I don't know how long.
Yeah, 2 years, right?
2 years at Leavenworth.
Back in the 90s.
Yes, and grew up here, went to Eastmont, and I mean, I know all of this stuff because, we're family, so I know this stuff.
Sure.
But it is great to have you back. So how are you doing?
Well, I'm enjoying being back, and it's incredible weather over here. I'm Western Washington. I live on a farm over in Western Washington, and it's quite different than being back in Wenatchee. So,
because it's drier.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so many things that are different. Just you actually see the sun most of the time, so it's great.
So we were talking earlier that you are working on a show right now. Well, first off, you are a vocal director.
I am. I've actually been a pit director for musicals, conducted orchestras. I'm a professional choir teacher, mostly high school this is now year 34, which is it's weird to say that, but it's been that long. But for musicals at my schools that I worked at, I've been mostly the vocal coach, sometimes some technical work as well. And many times had the opportunity to do some acting as well in college and afterwards. So
what's the last thing you did on stage as an actor? I guess I'm curious. I don't know.
Wow. Bye Bye Birdie.
You were Bye Bye Birdie?
I was one of the drunk Shriners in Bye Bye Birdie in our production. The quartet.
Where was that? Was that like at Biola?
It was at Biola University in La Mirada, California. There was also, we did Music Man. In the beginning scene, we just got a whole bunch of on the train.
Oh, yeah.
Where they're going, and Harold Hill walks in, and there's all these salesmen standing there complaining about Harold Hill.
And you got to know the territory.
And you do. you do have to know the territory. But often, there's not a whole lot of guys in high school productions.
Yeah.
So we got a whole bunch of the high school male teachers to be the salesman just for that one scene.
Okay.
And it was a total riot. There was 10 of us that they were literally they thought they were the center of the show. It was pretty funny.
And were you doing the old
they
bouncing?
Were doing the old bouncing thing going down the...
If you're listening to this, you can't see this, but both Kurt and I are bouncing up and down in our chairs.
We're actually on a train car going inside of, Gary, Indiana.
Yeah.
Was it Gary?
I don't know the name of the town.
Gary, Indiana.
Yeah, well, that's
not Louisiana. That's Oklahoma.
Winchester, is that his name?
Rochester, Winchester.
Yeah, I think Rochester was Jack Benny's.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Anyhow. Okay. Well, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, there's other ones that I did little bit parts in, but yeah, nothing substantial.
But you've been working in schools, and you've been doing, if not directing musicals, you've been working definitely as music director, vocal director.
Sure. Yeah. Every production I've been a part of, I've done the vocals, and occasionally the pit, but it's super rewarding to be able to, obviously, if you're a choir director, having that extra connection with your students, and it actually builds the theater program as well, the musical theater program, to have students that are committed to singing already get excited about that. It's kind of a complementary thing for me to do that helps both programs out. So, and been able to do the full gambit of productions. I don't know how many we've done. Did a whole bunch in, I don't know, I've been at Kentwood High School and then at Emerald Ridge High School, and now I'm at Cascade Christian High School in Puyallup. And they're just getting, really, this is the first time they've done a musical with a pit, a live pit. They've done a couple since I got there with canned music, which actually that's gotten much better than when they first started using it. And the school's just growing like crazy, and we got a full cast, and it's wonderful.
So what's the show you're doing right now?
We're doing Fiddler on the Roof.
And do you like Fiddler?
It's actually my favorite.
Okay.
It seems like the most complete musical, and it's my oldest daughter just got married last week, so it's the Sunrise
Sunset.
It's I don't really know. I don't know that I'm going to be able to make it through my own show because I mean, not really.
Well, she didn't run off and marry a Russian, so I think you're probably going to be okay.
Revolutionary. I mean, the standards for revolutionaries these days is a little bit off, but
I think Isaac's going to be fine.
Yeah,
I don't think you need to worry about that kid.
He is from Minnesota, so. Anyways, it's going to be a great show. We're really blessed to have a phenomenal cast. I feel like every spot across the spectrum of the cast is filled with kids that are talented. They've got a lot of character themselves, vocal ability. There's several that are trained dancers, so obviously,
really,
yeah, we have a lot of really phenomenal students that have had a big dance background, and several of them have been involved in community theaters of different types all over the Tacoma South Sound area. That's just really starting to come together. It wasn't always like that. We really kind of have a dream team for our production staff. We got a wonderful director that spent quite a bit of time doing professional equity theater in New York and Indiana and Chicago.
What's her? Is it Krista?
Krista Severide.
Yeah. And she did Leavenworth Summer Theater back in the day.
She did Leavenworth Summer Theater. She was, I believe, Maria.
Yeah.
And other roles too, not just in that show, but she met her husband doing a show. They named their kid Indy because because I think they met in Indiana, maybe.
Okay. Gary, Indiana.
I don't know. I don't know what show they were doing. I should ask her what show they were doing, but it's a wonderful family. But she's super talented. She's a kid magnet. She knows what she's doing, and obviously she has the professional background and experience to bring some real heart to the show.
How much longer do you have before the show opens?
Unfortunately, it's the same time as Apple Blossom.
Oh, okay.
Like
first week in May.
First week in May, second week in May.
Okay.
We're just coming off a spring break right now, so we're going to hit the show pretty hard when we get back.
So you're really getting into really the meat of the show.
Yes, I mean we take a good chunk of time right at the beginning once our cast is put together to teach all the vocal parts.
Yeah.
And our pit director Brian Botka has been doing a great job recruiting. Because that's the hardest part, starting with a live pit, is to just get commitment from people that are capable of playing. This one's a pretty challenging pit for young players, even for seasoned players. But he's been done a great job cultivating students that want to commit to rehearsals after school and for a full run of a production. So. All of the music's been learned, and I'm probably just going to be probably once a week doing reviewing stuff that maybe needs a little bit of attention.
Where the harmonies are just falling apart and everybody's singing in unison.
Yeah, we're coming back from a spring break, so there's going to be some needs there.
Yeah.
But most of the blocking is pretty close to being set. The set has already been designed, but because we have a PAC that's basically like where we have lunches and it's, some people call it a multi-worthless room or whatever you want to call it, but it's tough to actually nail down a set. And there's no fly space at all. So it's literally a tiny but wonderful performance environment. We have an incredible community that comes out to perform. We almost sell out almost every show just because our community is supportive.
That's awesome.
And so probably this next week, I'll do one review rehearsal, and then I'm going to start singing with the pit. So I'll just sing all the parts with the pit so that they know, because most of them have never heard what they're just rehearsing the incidental music and all the...
So are you going to be in the pit during the show?
No, I'm just... While all of the cast is learning the blocking, and the choreography, and they're putting scenes together, I will be working with the pit.
And is the pit kids or is it adults?
These are all kids so far. We're gonna hire out for a few key points because Fiddler has, obviously you got to have some clarinets
and a fiddle.
Maybe there's 2 fiddle parts. And true people would never call them fiddle parts. Let's be real, Kevin.
It's in the name. Right. I think that
it is in the name.
Yeah.
So, but it's not so much. It's not like Sondheim is such a piano heavy show.
Yeah.
If you have a decent piano player and a few really, a good oboe, a good clarinet, or 2 or.
Well, this 3. Show, it's a klezmer. I mean, you need to have the clarinet.
We actually, I'm Swiss, you're Swiss. I have an accordion, and we've been working with a student to actually play an accordion, not just do a patch on a keyboard. And that's been a real gas. I mean, just...
Trying to get a kid to play accordion?
Well, kids don't know how to...
No.
It's like, I don't know. I don't even know. It's like telling him to speak Mandarin Chinese or something. It's completely foreign, but it's also really cool.
So do you have anybody that can actually play the violin in the cast?
Yes.
Are they going to get on the roof and play?
We have a violin student, an orchestra student that was interested. She's going to be in the pit, except for when the beginning and the opening and closing scenes where there's somebody standing precariously on... I don't even know how you do that in our type of stage. With
Fiddler on the roof.
Yeah, exactly.
Boy, that was a really horrible Tevye. I apologize.
Yeah, that was
bad.
That was more like, I don't know. It has kind of a, what is that?
It wasn't Jewish.
Cockney accent
Yiddish.
there.
Yeah, it kind of was.
Like My Fair Lady, just interesting.
Hello, Lord, it's a fiddler on the roof.
Please, sir.
Please.
May I have some more?
Yeah. No, I really would love to play Tevye at some point, but I don't think I have the accent. I'd have to work on an accent.
Yeah, it's really a perfect role if you're the right person.
Yeah.
You actually are.
I could do it.
You could do it.
I got the beard. So what are the high schoolers going to do for beards? Have you been talking to the kids about beards?
We have a few kids that have full beards already, believe it or not.
They've been growing it.
When I was a first and second year teacher, I could not grow even a goatee, and I had 8th grade boys in my choirs up in Leavenworth. Matt Hembry, if you're listening, that's you. That could grow a better beard than me. It was really embarrassing. But no, we have a guy playing Laser Wolf. The butcher. He already has a full beard, but I think it doesn't look particularly Jewish. So
yeah, it's a thin beard.
It's a thin beard. We don't have anybody with a full, brawny paper towels man beard. So we're probably everybody's gonna have them. And we got our costumer is she's phenomenal, and she's been working on that. She's done the show before, so she already has points that she knows what she needs to work on for the different characters. Our Tevye, Matt Dewey, he's total man-child, funny as all get out. He's perfect for the role. He's probably 6'12" or something like that, 6'9", 6'7", I don't know.
6'12", that'd be 7 foot.
Yeah, he's pretty tall kid, so he has that big kind of teddy bear kind of.
Yeah.
And we got, I mean, some amazing, our Golda's amazing, or the Frumacera, the girl that's playing Frumacera's, she's insane when she just digs into the character. So it's,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty great. You know, all of our daughters are great, and the Argenta's totally into character already. I mean, just so
that's
it's going to
awesome.
be fun. And
I'm excited. I'm hoping I can scooch over there and see that.
I don't know that it'll be opening night.
I don't think
because
so.
I think you might be a little busy.
Well, we'll be at Legally Blonde. I won't be in Legally Blonde, but we'll definitely be going to opening night.
I
for
can
Legally
say
Blonde.
that I'd probably definitely be at opening night of Legally Blonde if we weren't in production over on the west side, over in Puyallup.
Okay.
But,
So you've done other shows
Yes.
with high schools. What's
Yeah.
your favorite show? If you could say like, okay, I could do this show every other year and I'd be happy.
There's some that, like Guys and Dolls is enjoyable simply because some shows are great because the characters are all unidimensional, and you can just dig into that character and become that character fairly easy. And I think that's one of them.
I was talking about I was reading a thread on shows that are difficult to screw up. Basically, these are the shows that would be good for high schools.
Right.
Guys and Dolls was one of them.
Yeah, I mean,
It's hard to screw up Guys and Dolls. It's just a great.
Yeah,
it's an easy, great show.
I think if I had the voices and I had a small Into the Woods, it's hard to say that there's. That's one of my favorites for sure. I would do Into the Woods frequently just because it's
the whole thing, not just the first act.
Yeah, it is kind of funny when half of the audience goes out to buy M&Ms and popcorn and stuff, and some of them just look at their watch and they go, "Oh, well, okay, we'll go home," because they think it's over.
I know that there are people specifically that will leave at intermission because they only like the first act. Yeah. I don't know if Paul or Kelly are listening to this, but I heard that Paul's dad, he only likes the first act, and so they'll leave at intermission.
Yeah, I mean,
and no shade. It's like, okay, you're a theater patron. You know what you like.
They paid your money.
You paid your money.
Yeah. I tend to like really traditional ones. I mean, we did Joseph last year, which I was not on board. Even as the vocal coach, I was just like grudgingly going into it. And by the end of the production, I was like, okay, I get it. I really like it. I tend to like traditional. I like the Mary Poppins, the newer Mary
Really?
Poppins. Oh, we did it. We did it at Emerald Ridge. It was a great show. If you have the key people in some of the key roles. Same thing with Shrek. Shrek's fun. It's goofy. Sometimes you just need a palate cleanser if you're going along doing, Guys and Dolls in Oklahoma. You need something that's a little change up. I really liked Beauty and the Beast. I mean, it was really, really well put together show, and the people that I worked with on that one were super fun.
You need a good Beast. The singing's hard on that one.
And it's all of these, whether it's Shrek or Beauty and the Beast, they can't just be like, usually my best singer's like a baritone or like a bass, a high school baritone or bass, which they just can't sing up above an E or and so half of their stuff is up at F sharp, G sharp. So that just as a vocal coach and just as a choir teacher, it's hard to convince them, yeah, you can do this, and we're just going to stick with it. And every single day, we're going to work on our range. And
you push them to do it?
Yeah, and that's no problem.
You don't go back to MTI and try to get a transposition?
No, I literally just give them vocal techniques that, there's different placements that you can use.
So you jump into a falsetto for the G?
There's sometimes, that's where you start with them. Like, if they can't sing well, then you're just like, well, you can just act your way through that. If it gets up too high, then just
you can Rex Harrison your way through the role.
Or what is that? Captain Kirk. You can go that direction.
Yeah.
Frankly, the stage directors really love it when I encourage my singers to go Captain Kirk.
Yeah.
They love that. Generally, I have most of the time, if there's a lead role like that, it's usually one of my choir students. And if I believe in my heart that they can stretch their range another note or two, I'll just say, I think we can do it.
Yeah.
And I'll work with them specifically. And there are specific things that they can do, mostly just with placement in the mask and support. A lot of young singers just don't know how to support their voice.
Yeah.
They got poor posture. They don't really understand how to produce tone. And ultimately, my choirs are always better because these people learn how to produce tone in the musicals because they really want to be great there, and they're willing to put in the extra effort. So
it's kind of funny you're bringing this up because I do have a role that I'm doing this summer where,
Pee Wee Herman, I hear it's going to be a great
Pee Wee Herman.
Big adventure.
So
Big
my
Top
voice,
Pee-wee.
I'm a bass. I'm a bass.
Really?
Yeah. And so I've got like an E, right? That's my, I think everybody's got kind of their top note that's their ugly note.
Yep.
Right? It's not the pretty note that I can hold, but I can hit it if I need to.
Right.
Right. And it's an E. And so if I work really hard on my voice, I can get an F. Right? I can get an ugly F. I say ugly, but it's something that I can hit.
You're not super proud of it.
I'm not super proud of it. But so now I was like, okay, I'm doing Richard Henry Lee in 1776. And he's got to sing a G repeatedly. And so I'm like,
it would be easier if it was Richard Henry Lee, say in 1771, back when he was a little younger.
He was a little younger.
He could do that, you know.
Now, anyhow, so I'm talking to vocal teachers here in town. I was like, okay, I got to get back in and
I do want to say that
practice.
The older you are, the harder it is because the musculature around your larynx, it just changes. You don't have as much control. I don't even have as much control even as I did 10 years ago. And it's noticeable. I can definitely see that I'm getting closer to the end of my career because I used to be a first tenor.
Yeah.
But from years of either overusing or misusing my voice or just having to demonstrate for my basses who couldn't sing below an F.
Or just getting older.
I'm just getting older.
Yeah.
My voice has dropped. It's generally that as people age, they lose the musculature around the larynx. They lose control. There's just not. It's just like we also lose muscle tone in our biceps or our calves or whatever. You lose the same thing that controls. So that's why a lot of times that the larynx will rock back and forth, and that's why particularly elderly people, they have a kind of a warbly vibrato. It's because all of the musculature around the larynx is just rocking back and forth.
Is that something you work on and build?
No.
Like you don't exercise it?
People that sing frequently can. It's just like as anybody ages, if you keep walking or you keep lifting light weights or something, you can mitigate the decay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's not something like you can you run these exercises and build strength in your larynx.
You can. I mean, the thing is, I think that would be, you'd probably have to work with a vocal. What's weird is people
a PT,
that are
physical
people
vocal
that are,
therapy.
The challenge is like people that are medically trained generally are not musicians. I mean, actually, there's a lot of musicians that are doctors. That's not what I'm saying, but they're not thinking about like, I want to build health back into them so they can sing better. Mm-hmm. It's more, I just want to get them healthy. That at least from what I found. So it's hard to find people that understand the singing voice, the speaking voice, and are willing to do to figure out what each person's needs are. There have to be specific things that, like, if there's such a thing like a vocal orthopedist that knows exactly how to stretch, But
I'm sure that Celine Dion has these people. She knows who these people are, and they probably work on her.
Yeah, and what's her name? I'm trying to think of her. I'm drawing a blank. I can't. Rolling in the Deep. What's her name? Come on.
Adele.
Yeah, she's had she's had many.
She's had a lot of surgeries.
Many micro surgeries on her vocal folds, which, and frankly, that's what happened to
Julie Andrews.
Julie Andrews, right? She hasn't performed anymore because she had a surgery that went bad.
Yeah.
And she was brilliant. She absolutely had a complete mastery of her own voice.
Yeah.
But it's the years and years and years of perhaps overuse, or I doubt it was misuse on her behalf. Overuse and misuse are the really only main reasons why we damage our voice.
I gotcha.
So
going beyond the vocal stuff, well, this is still vocal stuff, but you're also director of the Swiss choir for the Tacoma Swiss Society?
The Swiss Sportsmen's Club of Tacoma.
Swiss Sportsmen's Club. And so why does the Swiss Sportsmen's Club have a choir?
Well, it's simple. All of Swiss culture, if you anybody out there who's Swiss, congratulations. You're in the top 1%. So Swiss culture can be boiled down to singing, shooting, and wrestling. And in Swiss, that's singen, schützen, und schwingen. So Swiss wrestling is schwingen.
It's schwingen.
Which is really strange if you've watched some movies from the 90s. But so like I'm a member of the Swiss Sportsmen's Club of Tacoma. There are Swiss communities all over North America and all over the world, frankly. One of my Swiss singers moved from Switzerland to South Africa and was part of a Swiss men's choir there that sang only Swiss folk and yodeling stuff. So, but they have, you will always see in Swiss communities a singing group. And frankly, if you go to Switzerland today, there's every village has its own singing group, and they compete, and they have a federal singing, yodeling, and Swiss singing and folk competition every 3 years. I think it's every 3 years.
Well, and you've been taking your choir to this every 3 years, right?
Yeah, we have we're part of the USSPC, or the United Swiss Singing Societies of the Pacific Coast. And when I started years ago, 22 years ago, there was 11 choirs, 2 in Tacoma, 2 in Portland.
There's 2 in Tacoma?
Yeah. Women's choir, men's choir.
Oh, wow.
There was one in San Diego, Los Angeles, Vancouver, BC, Salt Lake, San Francisco, and Ripon, California, which is right near Modesto, but that's a huge dairy farming. There's a lot of Dutch.
Oh, that's right. You guys are they're all dairy farmers here.
Almost everybody that was in my choir for the first several years, is particularly if they emigrated from Switzerland, came here because of the dairy. Yeah. They had worked in the Imperial Valley in California, or out in the Willapa Valley. If you go out to PL or the Willapa.
I don't know where any of these places are.
Oh, and if you go down to Adna and PL, or even
Adna,
even like Bonnie Lake and Sumner, Fife, Milton, Tacoma, there's a huge Swiss society there. Yeah. In any case, anytime there's a large group of Swiss people, there's going to be a singing group, and they do Swiss folk music, manor choir music, Frauenchor music, or yodels. And they also have shooting, like every Swiss in Switzerland, even to this day, every Swiss family has to have a rifle and ample amounts of ammunition, because they are armed. There's a Swiss Army knife, there is a Swiss Army, and they are armed to the teeth. And there's no real violence generally in Switzerland, because
they're all trained.
They can't, if you broke into somebody's house, that they're armed. Yeah. Which is, that's, I guess, food for thought and for conversation. Here in America, it's quite different. But they also are required to train everybody in school. They have marksmanship, where you take your rifle to school and you can win prizes and compete like we do state wrestling. They do state shooting. And so if you're a great, and the third thing, of course, again, is wrestling. And at the Swiss Schwingen, correct. You can't. It's very formal. They have You have to.
It's
you have to
formal,
be
but it's the weirdest wrestling I've ever heard
well, but
of.
you have to be trained in a Schwingerhusli. You have to there has to be somebody who is a wrestling master in the Swiss tradition that you literally train with them.
A master Schwinger.
It sounds funny, but it's actually very dangerous. And they only have two categories, and it's junior and senior. So I think it doesn't matter what your weight class is. You could be a short little guy that only weighs 155 pounds up against a guy that's 6'9" and 330, as long as you're under 18 or over 18.
Okay, but we're missing the big thing. This is not Greco-Roman wrestling.
No, they wear kid. Sorry.
Is it a Schwinger belt?
The Schwingerhosen. So, well, I mean, they also throw rocks around the Steichstosse. They say who can throw the rock the farthest. I mean, but no, the Schwingerhosen, it's basically canvas, like a diaper that has a belt around the top. And
Yeah, they look like sumo kind of things.
yeah, they just wear regular jeans and shirts and stuff, but they wear these Schwingerhosen over the top of their pants or sweats or whatever. And they put a dump truck load full of wood shavings, and then they rake it out. So it's 18 inches deep and about 30 feet across, maybe 25 feet across.
18 inches. I didn't realize.
18 inches deep.
Okay, so they're walking across and they're...
Oh, but that's part of it is if you're winning the wrestling match, you can shove the guy's head down and he can't breathe, but the thing is to start, and if you ever... The Schwingerhosen have this leather belt on them, and there's 3 places around right in the small of their back and on their hips on each side. You have to hold on. If you have to hold that leather belt, and if you ever let go, then you lose.
Oh,
so you can't just there's no posturing and kind of running around the ring and looking at the other guy. You have to actually be in full contact the entire time. There's a lot of throws. There's a lot of people that get hurt if they don't know what they're doing. So that's why you have to study in the Schwingerhusli.
You got to take your Schwingerhosen to the Schwingerhusli and talk to the Schwinger master.
Yeah, Schwingermeister.
Schwingermeister.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's what it's called. But so anyways, yeah, my choir has, when they have the one there's a big, huge 42-acre Swiss park in Bonnie Lake. Anybody that ever wants to go there, let me know, or let Kevin know, and we'll get you hooked up with them. They do the Swiss national holiday, which is usually I think the 12th of August, somewhere around. It
changes.
August. Well, no, I can't remember the exact date. I'm Swiss, but I wasn't born in Switzerland, so. But they always have wrestlers from all over the Swiss world, even Switzerland, from Truckee, California, from Vancouver, BC, Montana, Eastern Canada. There's people that come to Bonnie Lake to wrestle. And, oh my goodness, there's so many other weird traditions that I could tell you about with the crown girls, and it's just weird. I mean, it's just...
And a lot of Riesling. That's what I remember.
No, they do Schwarzes.
Schwarzes. That's a black beer?
No, Schwarzes is schnapps and coffee, hot coffee.
Wow.
They will have
and peppermint schnapps?
Every kind, grape schnapps.
In coffee.
Peach schnapps in coffee. It's a very, very, and Williams and Kirsch.
Okay.
It's supposedly delicious.
I got to come back over.
I love coffee.
When's the next Schwingen Fest?
Fall Schwingfest is going to be in, sorry, you haven't been over. I've been to like a dozen or so of these.
Schwingfest.
It's every August, like the second weekend in August. But, and it's wonderful. Everybody just brings their lawn chairs, and there's a big outdoor wrestling arena and grandstands, and people are there for 3 days.
Everybody brings their shotgun, and
everybody. They bring their RV. Oh, well, I mean the shooting doesn't happen at the same time.
Oh, okay.
But they do have a rifle range and a skeet shooting range. They have competitive skeet shooting on. That's why they have 42 acres.
Yeah.
But they used to have an indoor range that all the municipal law enforcement folks would do their marksmanship training, but I think they converted it into like a wedding venue or something.
It's a really long one.
It's a very long wedding venue. And it's there's a lot of silhouettes of strange people.
They hit a button and the wedding ring comes zipping out to the bride.
No, it's very cool. But
we'll have to do it. I've wanted to get back out there.
Well,
we could go skeet shooting.
Yes, exactly. They have a turkey shoot for Thanksgiving. They have I think they do a ham shoot in New Year's. Like whoever does the best.
Oh, okay. I was thinking a turkey shoot, we're going to shoot a turkey. A ham shoot seems a little unfair.
Yeah. It'd be like saying a cow shoot. Like a cow is not going to run that fast.
That's right.
So
wild cow.
No, but so I've been directing the Mannerchor Edelweiss, which is the name of their men's choir. And I've learned a lot about Swiss folk and yodeling music. We've sung in Leavenworth.
How's your yodel?
I can't yodel as high as I used to, but I've been trained by one of the best Swiss, Christian Gans, who's from Niederurn and Canton Glarus.
Wow.
He was an older gentleman. I don't know if he's still around, but this is probably 10 or 15 years ago that he came to a Swiss singing festival that I was at, and I went to a class and I learned how
I don't think I've ever heard you yodel. We don't need to hear it, but I was just...
I'm actually... That's one of my warm-ups with my junior high boys choir almost every day.
Oh, that's fun. They probably love that.
Well, I teach at a Christian school, and it's unfortunate. The yodel that they learn is, from what my Swiss guys tell me, is the dirtiest yodel in all of Switzerland.
Okay.
But I don't know any of the words.
Okay.
I just know the yodel, which is, yodel, just... It's like, it just has yololo, 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 ooh, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I don't know any of the verse because I've never heard that. But there are yodels for everything. Like for herding cattle or for we're making cheese. Let's yodel. We're on this Alp and I'm calling my friend on that Alp. Let's yodel. There's all kinds of yodels,
I'll have to try it.
Yeah.
I think, I need to get back out there. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, it's the second weekend in August, I think.
Okay.
Fall Schwingfest.
Well, Kurt, it has been awesome having you here on the podcast.
Yeah, this is an amazing studio. I just I've seen all of your your platinum records and gold records on the wall. It's incredible.
And we've got this big plate glass window where the fans outside can watch us record it. They're very interested in what's going on in here.
I think there's somebody out there in the listening audience that wants to support the studio with a new Xbox.
That would be awesome.
For Kevin McKee.
I think that would be awesome.
And wireless game controls, and
that'd be fun.
I think that's a necessity for this podcast to continue.
I think so.
Yeah.
So we've got Fiddler on the Roof coming up at the beginning of May. I'm so excited. I'm sure I'm going to give it my best to get over there and see that show. Yeah. So I hope it comes out great. Yep. And for everybody out there listening, I want to make sure you go out and support local theater. And if you can, make sure you go out and see an opening night.